Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And today we are doing something a little bit different. I want to start interviewing cosplayers, and I thought about this interesting segment to do here on the channel, and it is called Who's That Cosplayer, just like Who's That Pokemon. And joining me on today's first episode of Who's That Cosplayer is Lilah350. How are you doing today, Lilah?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing awesome. Thank you for being my first guest up here. And
I'm honored.
Oh, hey, you look phenomenal. And this is what I'm talking about, man. It's just like I was not expecting for the first episode for a cosplayer to actually be in costume. So I just want to say I love you for that and thank you.
Well, you told me I didn't have to, so that meant I have to.
I like that, man. So before we get into this interview, everybody that's watching, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. So you ready to get into this?
I'm as ready as I'll be.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Oh yeah, and that's right, D's not here with me. And like D always says, podcast link in the description. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So what I like to do for everybody that we interview here is I ask, what is your origin story? So let the viewers know who you are.
Man, if the viewers knew who I was, they would know how boring I am. I do nothing. I have no friends. And cosplay is literally when I break out of the cycle of isolation. Mm-hmm. Because I get to be somebody else, which makes me feel more free to socialize.
I can see that because it's like when you cosplay, pretty much you're becoming a different person. You're not who you normally are. You're not your real self. And that's one of the cool things about cosplay is because you can be whoever you want to be. You know, if you want to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, you can be a Ninja Turtle. If you want to be an X-Men, you can be an X-Men, and so on and so on. And like, that's one of the things that I love about cosplay. And that's the reason why I wanted to do this, because there are so many cosplayers out there in the world. And honestly, like, unless you see them at cons or if you do follow them on some of their social media accounts, like, you really don't know who they are. And something that we love to do on our podcast when we have voice actors on is we love for people to find out who the voice actor is or the actor behind the camera, behind the microphone. So that's why I wanted to do this thing with cosplayers, where it's just like, you know, they can find out who the cosplayer is behind the costume, but you can also talk about, you know, why you are a cosplayer, like what got you into it. So I want to go ahead and start right off the basis. Like, what made you want to get into cosplay?
So my family was always big on Halloween. Like, we made the house crazy. We were always gross and disgusting creatures because, you know, you never get to be that in society.
Exactly.
I remember, like, one of my memories, which my sister likes to tell me a lot, is that we had a block party and I'm in a red cape, just twirling about in the street.
Having a good old time.
Having the bestest time. So I think I've always liked to just dress up and be something else. It's just more fun to like open up and branch. And then I didn't even realize that you can do this, like be an actual character instead of something you made up or something like that. Until like I went to like my first con by accident. Like, I saw people all dressed up, whatever, and my mom's like, come on, let's go see this thing. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then I'm like in an anime convention. I'm like, oh, people just do this. They just dress up as characters. And then I was just enamored with it. So then I was like, I need to be people. I need to do this thing. And I started off just buying them and then like altering different clothing to look like it. And then I started learning how to sew. So yeah. That's pretty much my origin story. Halloween inspired me.
That's
and
awesome.
I took it from there.
That's awesome because it's like, I feel like when it comes to getting into cosplay, I feel like everybody kind of has like that similar origin where it's like they see people dressed up in costumes, because that's how it was for me. I went to my first con and I just saw all of these cosplayers like in these amazing costumes. And I was like a kid in a candy store and I was just taking pictures with everybody. And the next year that I had went to a con, I was just like, okay, I'm going to cosplay for the first time. I haven't done anything as extravagant as you have, because you have some pretty badass cosplays. Like For everybody that's watching, like I got the slideshow in the background showing like some of the cosplays that you've done. And man, like I really love the scorpion one, the black cat that you have on. Like Black Cat is one of my favorite Spider-Man, not enemies. What would she be? Like love interest, frenemy?
Yeah, she's a frenemy. Really,
yeah.
She has a like her background story is just so like, whoa, if you didn't know about it, you're just like, oh, this is why she's like this. This makes a lot more sense why her and Spider-Man aren't always on good terms. This all makes sense.
Yeah, I've always loved her. When I had my first cat, I named my cat Felicia because she was black and white, and also too, because of Bye Felicia. You know what I'm saying? Which is what I said to her.
Because of, I thought you were gonna say to like, and in Darkstalkers, there's a cat girl named Felicia, so I also named her.
Yeah, See, now you taking it back because I haven't heard Dark Stalkers. Ooh, I almost butchered that. I haven't heard that name in such a long time, man. And Felicia,
a lot of people don't know about it. I'm like, that's where Morgan's from. How do you not know the origin stories?
Well, since we're talking about like that's where somebody's from, Dragon Ball. A lot of people haven't seen Dragon Ball, and one of the cosplays that you did, Yamcha, your Boma costume, like they're so spot on, man. Like, and before I met you, but just looking at the costumes that you had put on your page, like I always saw the Yamcha one, and I saw the one where it was Boma when Frieza came back to Earth. But when I was doing my research and I saw that you did Dragon Ball Boma, I was just like, oh my god,
you gotta do the classics.
You have to do the classics, and that's just the thing. Like a lot of people don't know what Dragon Ball is. A lot of people just know Dragon Ball Z. They know Dragon Ball GT, but they never even watched it because a lot of people don't like GT, and they know Super. So, hey, pinky's up to you for doing the classics, man. Like I said, you have so many amazing cosplays on your page and whatnot, man. And like, that's the reason why I just want more people to know who you are.
Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. I don't even think of myself as like that big of a deal or anything like that. Like I'm just here trying my best like everybody else. Hoping and wishing.
But you're putting yourself out there. And I mean, unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we had to kind of put everything on hold in the world. Everything pretty much. So that's
why really got us good.
Yeah, so that's why it's like we just need to keep doing uplifting things and positive things, and I kind of want to rewind it back to the first time that you went to a con. Who did you cosplay as?
Okay, so the first time I went to a convention dressed up as a character, I was Junko. From Junkarappa. Junkarappa.
Who is that?
She's the main villain.
From where?
From Danganronpa.
I don't know what that is. That's what I said. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a video game that they later turn into an anime. Okay. Where students have to kill each other.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like,
so I dressed up as her by altering just normal clothes. And then the next day, because I wanted to be real ambitious and do 3 different people for 3 different days.
Okay.
And then I was Batwoman from the Golden Age series where she was like in like something like that.
Okay.
And then I was Sanko. From the anime. I know who that is. And I had bought that one. And then when I bought it, I realized, they don't understand thick people. They don't understand plus size bodies. Because I remember giving them all my measurements, and then they had to like call me back, and they're like, this doesn't make sense. And I'm like, my body's a pear. I can't help you. I don't understand how you don't know.
Yeah, especially if you give them the measurements. And that's been always one of the things because like me and you, we had this discussion off of YouTube where I said like one of the reasons why I never got into cosplay was because you had to either get it custom made or something didn't come in your size, and it can kind of be discouraging to people who just want to be their favorite character, but they can't be their favorite character because of the costume. And one thing that I love is that how cosplay it's moved forward, and it's just like now you can go out and find costumes your size. Same thing like with t-shirts and anything in nerdom. Like if you want to rock something, you can find it in your size. So
yeah, all the merch is now like stuff for like 5X's, and you could just get whatever.
Yeah. So like, have there ever been any times since you've been cosplaying where you've encountered a problem by being a plus size cosplayer, and you had to put put somebody in their place? Because I love these stories, because I feel like some of these people, they're assholes and they need to be put in their place.
I typically don't get a lot of fat shaming unless it's online. Like in person, I don't think people really want to fat shame you in person. They're more likely to critique what I'm wearing. Like, that's not from that show. Like, why are you wearing black cat when she has this long hair? She didn't wear this outfit. She wore a different outfit. And I'd just be like, bro, I'm just having fun. Why are you trying to start something with me in public? Like, I will beat you up. Everybody will cheer me. I'm black cat. Like, nobody's going to be over here be like, oh no. Everybody's going to want me to do it. So like, don't do that. And I just get like harassed. Like, oh, Felicia, you're so seductive. I'm like, ooh, don't touch me. If you want a picture, just like sit over there and I'll be here.
Yeah, that's always...
I like major just harassment I get. You're cute. Let me touch your waist. Like, don't touch me. I don't know you.
Yeah, I don't know who you are. It's like, what is it? What they say? Cosplay doesn't mean consent.
Consent. Yeah.
Like just because I'm
half naked, but don't touch me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know who you
are. This is a museum, all right? You look at the art. Don't touch the art.
I love that. I love that. This is a museum. You look at the art. Don't touch the art. Like, I don't know if you watch Desus and Mero, but that's one of the things. It's like whenever somebody says something that's important, a rainbow appears over the screen, and I love that, because it's like a lot of people think that when they go to cons that just because you're dressed as their favorite character, that they have permission to touch you or say whatever they want to say to you. And it's just like, no, like, I'm at the end of the day, I'm still a person. Like, you don't have any
like
power.
At the end of the day, my hair is not white, it's green.
Exactly.
So don't touch me.
Exactly. But like, have there ever been any times when you've been at a con that it's just like somebody saw your cosplay and it was just like, wow, like that looks so amazing. Like, you inspired me to want to get into cosplay.
I've had people who like come up to me and they'll be like, your cosplay looks so familiar. And they'll be like, I follow you. I've seen you before. I know you. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, then tag me in this picture you're about to take. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was hoping to see you. And I'm like, oh, really? Me? Out of all the people, me? And they're like, yeah, I just wanted to say hi and how much I like it. And I'm like, thank you. That means so much to me. I'm so humble.
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing feeling when it's somebody who follows you. And I know that you have a lot of followers, and it's just like, wow, like this person actually knows who I am. And did they get a picture with you? Did they get a picture with you?
Oh yeah, okay. Like I'm open to like, you want a picture, we could take it together, or you could just take a picture for me. I'm open to that. Just like, hey, we're gonna pose this picture, and I'm gonna tell you the pose. Okay, you're not gonna do some new thing on me.
Yeah.
Or we'll discuss it beforehand, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, man. Like that's awesome that it's just like, you have such a reach where it's like people know who you are, man. Like that's always an amazing thing. So I wanted to ask you this. Out of all of the cosplays that you've done, what are some of your favorites?
My favorites are all the ones I get to wear pants. The ones where I get to be the most comfortable. So like Mystery Girl from Steven Universe. She just has a t-shirt, pants, leather jacket. I'm like, I could do anything in this. This costume is like, it's nice, but it's so much like, it's a lot of fabric all over. I'm like, I get sweaty. Yeah. Just like right now, I'm kind of sweating in it.
Trying to blow you. Hey, somebody turn the fan on over there.
I'm just like, oh, it's so sweaty, but it's okay. I look good. So those are like the main ones. But really, it's not even what I'm wearing. It's just the people I'm with. Like I'll bring my best friend with me and then we just have a good time. Or I bring my family with me. We make like, I do a whole thing of all of us in one thing. Like, we did Street Fighter Alpha 3.
I saw those.
Yeah, so that's just me and my family and my best friend.
Nice.
So I made all our costumes and we just all go out together.
That's crazy. that goes right there to, everybody that's watching, like, to, see how talented you are. And that picture, I did get it for the slideshow. It's probably already appeared in the background.
Oh yeah, I think I saw it. I think I saw it for like a second.
But
I kind of eyeballed my niece over here, like, look, you're there.
But that's amazing that you made all of their costumes. I mean, it just goes back to what you were saying earlier, where, excuse me, you learned how to sew, and it's just like how long does it take to, typically, put a costume together?
It really depends on how obsessed you're with it. Like, I'm actually currently like working on my Raven costume.
Nice.
And like it's falling apart. I need to redo it. I need to figure out a proper way to do it. But like, it really depends on how much little details I want to put into the costume. Like this Felicia costume.
Yeah.
I got the wig, right? I just bought the wig. And this I made. But this outfit I'm wearing, I got it on Amazon. $20.
Nice. And then you just put everything together.
And you just put everything you know what? People really think that it's going to be hard to make a whole costume, but really you just need the wig and the attitude.
Yeah.
And real. Then whatever you're wearing with it, people are going to accept it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And it's so easy to, get whatever you need. Like you say, you can order the stuff off of Amazon, or you can even go to a thrift store and find everything that you need there. Like,
that's how I started, thrift store all the way.
Yeah, hey, I always tell people be sleeping on the thrift store, but you can find whatever there, and then you don't have to spend a lot of money, and you can take stuff apart, and then you can sew it and attach it to something else. So
because sometimes it might not even be like, you'll look at it, it's like, it's not the right color, but if you take apart, you'll know how to make it.
Yeah,
you'll have a pattern. So then you could put it in any color you want, any like patterns you want.
Now
that's what I do.
I love
a lot of things.
I love how you had just said that, it might be a different color or something, because like when it comes to comics and manga, a lot of like the pages that you see, the colors always change. Like one of my favorite series, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like there's a lot of, hey, why'd you just make that face?
No, that show's like everywhere. No, I mean, I hear great things about it. Like my nephews are in love with it, and I love when people do the poses with all the things like that. That show's really like amazing with all the character designs it has.
Exactly. And now, I wish that my other co-hosts were here with me so they could hear you say that, because they would be like another JoJo fan, because I talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure so much.
I'm not a JoJo fan. I never seen it. I just appreciate it. Like, I'm not gonna hate on it.
They hate on it. They hate on it.
I appreciate it. I like the look of it. I just don't want to watch it.
And that's fine. That's fine. It's like I'm the JoJo fan. They're the One Piece fans. And
I don't watch that either. That's too long. I can't stand the character designs. They're all weird, different proportionate, and it bothers my eyes. But I know the whole story. Like, I know what's happening. I like listening to like people who really enjoy it, because then you're like, I can see why I can appreciate it, just not watch it. Like, you could tell me the whole story. I'm fine.
Yeah, hey, thank God for Wikipedia. Like that's how I find out stuff. And then it's like, if I do want to watch it, then I'll be like, okay, I'll go check it out. But yeah, One Piece is close to 1,000 episodes now.
It's not even over. It'll never be over.
It'll never be over. And like that's the reason why
the author will be in its grave and be like, no, I'm haunting, and we're still writing it.
Yeah, and like that's one of the sad things about One Piece, is that there are fans who have unfortunately passed away, and they'll never know how the series is going to end. You know what I'm saying? And like there are a couple of other animes that are out there that's like that too, where it's just like they've been going on since the 80s, and it's just like there's no time window of when it's going to be ending. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So since we're talking about anime, what are some of your favorite animes? It's like too many.
Like, no, you know what it is? It's like I have a favorite for like a little while, and then I'm kind of like, okay, I enjoyed this for so long. Let me move on. Like, I don't have to have a favorite. I don't really want to have a favorite. I kind of just want to be a little toe in everything.
Yeah.
Little bits of stuff.
Yeah.
Like Ghost in the Shell, Trigun, Inuyasha,
Classics.
Sayuki, Elfen Lied, like just like whole pops of bits in there.
Yeah, you taking it way back, man. I mean,
okay, let me go. Overlord.
See, I started watching Overlord. I need to get back into it, but I mean,
I love it.
It's a nice anime. Like I love the intro and the outro song, but I feel like with doing the podcast and stuff, it's just like we're always reviewing so much stuff. So it's like we kind of don't have time to always get into newer things, if that makes any sense.
No, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I guess you just have to put on your review list so then you could get into it.
Well, I have a very long list because there are a lot of movies that I have never seen, and that's something that I get joked about all the time. Like I've never.
You're one of those people.
Yes. Hey,
I know your kind.
I just watched The Warriors for the first time last year. Yes.
I'm just joking with you. I've never seen the whole thing. I've only seen bits.
Okay, hey, now I don't feel so bad, man. But no, I've never seen Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay, no, you lost me.
Yeah. but yeah, man. Another question I wanted to ask you is, like, what is some advice that you would give to anybody that wants to get into the world of cosplay?
Okay. Confidence, right? Just as long as you really love the character, no one's gonna question anything about what you're wearing with it.
Yeah.
And always have the wig. Amazon has great wigs. They're cheap. This is not an Amazon wig. Don't buy white wigs on Amazon. Never buy them. They're the worst. Why is that? I don't know. They use the cheapest materials. But other wigs that are like colorful and like, red and stuff like that, yeah, buy them on Amazon. They're way cheaper. It's so much easier hassle. Just have the correct accessory for the character and the wig, and then anything else you're wearing, that's all up to you. Really start with characters that have like casual clothing. So like anything from Steven Universe, stuff like that, where they're kind of just chilling. You start off like that, and then you slowly do like alterations, something that looks similar to the character. And then maybe if you want to try a little bit of sewing, hand sewing, just like altering little things like, oh, this should be a little tighter here. You just fix that real quick. Things like that. That's how I started, and it's okay to buy your costume.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody shame you in buying a costume.
Yeah, I know that.
You're still a real cosplayer if you buy it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's all about having fun.
Yeah, it's all about you and the personality and how you feel in it. If you feel like you're like in love with it, then that's exactly what you're supposed to feel. That's exactly how it's supposed to be.
I love that, man. It's crazy because it's like you do have some people out there that will shame you because, oh, you didn't make it yourself. You're not a real cosplayer. It's just like, I'm just doing this for fun, buddy.
You can't tell me what I am. Only I could tell me what I am.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for your critiques. I don't even know why you came up.
Hey, that's how some people are. I mean,
yeah. Especially on the internet.
Yes, in social media land, as I like to call it. Now, I wanted to ask you this because, on my side of the thing, on the camera and whatnot, I have my collection showing, and I see that you have some pretty interesting stuff behind you.
Well, first, this is not my home.
Oh, okay.
This is my sister's house. Okay. However, you see her collection?
Yeah, she has some nice stuff.
Yeah, mine's is better. I have wigs and stuff like all propped up in my house, but This house is quieter. So I'm here. But yeah, I had to go to, it's in the family. We like collecting and having all our little knickknacks and whatnot.
I see Bowser. I see the Super Mario stuff. I see Thor's hammer.
Yep.
Like,
all of it.
That's cool. And I know that you have done some Super Mario cosplay as well.
Yes, my Peach.
Now,
I've made a whole bunch.
I was going to ask, because which one was it? I had a brain fart. It was a Super Mario related question, and I can't remember. I had a brain fart.
All right, cool. While you think about that, let me tell you what else I did.
Okay, go ahead.
So the whole remember the whole Bowsette thing?
Yes.
So when that happened, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be Bowsette. Everybody's gonna be Bowsette.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be a Bullet Billsette. So that I made that, and
That's
then
awesome.
my niece, I'm like, oh, Goombazette. bam, did that one. Then my friend, I'm like, chain chomp one. We were just looking for all the Bowsers to just take a picture of all of them. We're just like, wait, we're part of the thing now too. And they're like,
that's awesome.
Yay! You know,
That's
we didn't
awesome.
want to be like everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I remember that was like a popular costume at the time. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing like.
And it wasn't even accurate, in my opinion. If you're gonna be a Bowser Peach, you go more Bowser than Peach.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I wanted it more animal, like and not more humanoid.
I get what you're saying. Like you didn't want it to be all sexy and everything. You wanted it to be like.
I mean, you could be a sexy dinosaur. Just be the dinosaur.
That's true. That's true. They could have been like a sexy Bowser dinosaur, like from the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
So
ooh, that's not what I meant.
Hey, I just had to plug the Super Mario movie. I mean,
you gotta watch it to appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I feel like, you know, watching it when you're a kid, it's just like you can appreciate it, but watching it as an adult, it's just like, what was I watching? And look, speaking of Mortal Kombat, Scorpion's on the screen right now. How did you feel about the Mortal Kombat movie that came out?
You know what? Solid 7 out of 10.
That's what I gave it as well.
Everybody I talked to about it, all is like solid 7 out of 10. And I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, I'm not gonna hate on it. I love Mortal Kombat. Like, that was one of my first fighters. And when I got to watch the movie, I was like so excited because I was like, oh, finally some better like graphics.
Yeah.
You know, but everybody keeps comparing it to the old one. I'm like, bruh, why? Why are we comparing this?
I'm assuming it's because like
nostalgia, but at the same time, if you watched it again, you would be like, oh, this is not good acting.
Well, yeah, the first one, in my opinion, like it still holds up, but of course, the second one is just trash. Like the second one is trash, but the new one, I mean, I did appreciate it. I thought that the fights were good. There were just certain elements of the movie that I didn't like. Like
I think I had like the perfect analogy for it.
All right, go ahead.
So remember Mortal Kombat Armageddon?
Yeah.
Where you got to make your own character and do your own story thing.
Yep.
So I feel like what they did that to us with the movie, where they gave us our own character. However, they didn't allow us to. We didn't have enough money to buy the DLC, right?
Yeah.
The DLCs. So then we just put all the free shit on him. But because we pre-ordered it, we got to be related to Scorpion. That's how I feel.
No, I mean, I can see that, and I like to go that route too. If you take the Resident Evil movies that came out back in the day, it's just like Alice was our created character inserted into the world of Resident Evil. And
yeah, exactly.
You know, even back then, like there were people that was just like, well, who's Alice? Like, what does she have to do with Resident Evil? Like, she was just thrown in there. You know, that was her. That
was just for us to, you know, see ourselves in it. You know,
exactly.
They didn't give him like a girl to look after. He has a whole family.
Mm-hmm.
He's just there to fight, and that's what we want, to fight.
And we had our boy Steve Harvey. He was in the movie as well. He got them arms frozen. I
love that about the movie though, that it was like Mortal Kombat, where like you're like, bro, he just froze his arms and then the blood everywhere, and you're like, yes, Mortal Kombat. There's gore and then punches that should have killed them. Just all the things. And the
fatalities were all on point in the movie.
Yes.
Because it's like, now that I think about it, I don't really think that we got. I mean, I can't remember or not, but I don't think that we really got fatalities in those older movies for real. Well, not as
they just said fatality, but they didn't really do it.
Yeah, nothing as intense. Like, I don't remember, you know, anybody.
They had the drop on the daggers thing.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember. Yeah, but it was nothing intense, like, you know, from what we saw in the video games when we were growing up. But I had one final question for you, and then we can go ahead and wrap this thing up. What cosplays do you have that you're working on besides the Raven one that you're preparing for when cons are finally back?
Going hella old school, okay?
All right.
Pizzazz from Gem and the Holograms.
Oh, nice.
Gem from Gem and the Holograms.
Okay. Are we getting one more person from Gem and the Holograms?
No, I don't like anybody else. Jerica from Gemini.
Oh, geez. I mean, but you can. I mean, technically.
Technically, I'll just put on a different wig.
Yeah,
I'll be fine. No, I think those are my three. I got Raven and the 2 gems. Those are the ones I'm thinking about right now. I might do a Xena. Somebody's been hyping me up about that, so I'm like, maybe. I need to go back to the gym, but yeah.
Hey, I'd be all on board for Xena because it's like I love Lucy Lawless. I thought Xena was better than Hercules growing up.
It still is.
Yeah, hey, and Lucy Lawless is a badass on social media too. So
I think saw what she said to him.
Oh yeah, hey, when she called him out, I was just like, that's the reason why Xena has always been better than Hercules because she called him out.
That's why she was my crush. That's why I was always like, do I want to be her or be with her? I think both now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's both.
That is a good choice. It's a hard decision. Like, be her or do you want to be with her? And exactly. I mean, like, yeah, she was a badass. You know what I'm saying? So,
still a badass.
She's still a badass, yes. And whenever she appears on something, she's always a badass. So, with that being said, thank you for joining me on Who's That Cosplayer. Thank you for being my first guest.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, with the heart. So before I let you go, let everybody in social media land know where they can find you.
Anything Lilah350, okay? Anything. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. I love making them.
Hey, TikTok's where it's at right now, man. It's just like we're all at home and it's
the gram is dying. TikTok, let's go.
Yeah, hey, it's easy to make a video up there, and I've seen some of your videos, and they're pretty amazing. So, yeah, hey, everybody that's watching, make sure that you follow her, and you can find me, your hero Benjamin Banks at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram, and you can look me up on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you, everybody, for watching this video, and I'll see you next time up here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Like I always say, keep that pinky up and stay positive. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.